You know how sometimes a tiny detail, something you might usually overlook, can suddenly feel incredibly significant, like the way light falls, or maybe the weight of something in your hand.
Yeah, those everyday moments. Turns out they can be packed with surprising meaning.
And that's exactly what we're doing here on the deep dive. We take a collection of sources, yours in this case, and we really get into the heart of them, pulling out the most compelling insights.
Think of it as, well, your personal shortcut to understanding what truly matters.
For this deep dive, we have a wonderfully rich set of materials. A PDF document titled 2.pdf.
Right. It's a collection of very personal essays, offering us a fascinating glimpse into the author's reflections on their life, their work, and those seemingly ordinary moments you just mentioned.
Our mission for you today is to explore these writings and unearth those little nuggets of wisdom about creativity, the essential nature of human connection, and those unexpected sparks of joy we can find.
And we want to do it in a way that's not just clear and engaging, but also maybe gives you some real aha moments along the way.
Okay, let's unpack this. The author starts by sharing a deep affection for physical books, and it's clear it goes way beyond just reading the words, doesn't it?
Absolutely. What's particularly interesting for you to note is the emphasis on the book as a thing,
Yeah.
a tangible object.
Right, the pleasure in the paper's texture, almost caressing a cover, even a worn-out one.
Exactly. This physical relationship with books, seeing them as treasured items, it seems fundamental. It highlights how intertwined their creativity is with sensory experiences.
It might make you think about your own relationship with cherished objects, right? And how they connect you to your passions.
Mm-hmm. And we get this delightful little story about the second meeting with Editor S.
Oh yeah, complete with gifts. Chocolate and shine muscat grapes? Sounds lovely.
It does. A really pleasant encounter, it seems, that ultimately led to the book idea. But it wasn't all smooth sailing initially.
No, the author had some doubts about taking on a whole book project.
Which brings up a really important point about creativity and self-belief, I think. Even someone who clearly loves writing can feel, well, overwhelmed.
Definitely. But the editor's encouragement, just record your feelings as they are. That's powerful.
It really is a reminder for anyone starting something new. Authenticity can be the strongest foundation. Just capture the genuine moments, however small.
And that first meeting, sharing favorite books, it's such an intimate way to connect, isn't it?
It really is. And the author's almost tender touch of that coverless book that resonated with the editor.
Prompting that comment about truly loving books makes you wonder about those unspoken connections through shared passions.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, it shows how these small, authentic interactions can spark big projects.
Yeah, the author's intention to fill the book with this love, that determination to break through despite feeling inexperienced.
It really underscores the power of passion as a driving force. Thinking about what truly resonates with you, that deep connection, that might be where your best ideas come from.
Okay, let's move on to another lifelong passion for the author, dance. It's fascinating how this love of movement actually led to them stopping piano lessons early on.
Yeah, seems like the body had a different calling. What's insightful here is the idea of finding joy in something, even if you're not, say, exceptionally skilled at it.
Right, they describe themselves as a below-average student in ballet, but still love to dance.
Which highlights that intrinsic motivation, that internal spark. It can be way more powerful than just getting praise.
It might prompt you to think about things you do just for the pleasure, regardless of how good you are at them.
Exactly. And then there's that memory of choreographing the class dance in middle school.
Oh yeah, for someone who usually tried to stay unnoticed, that was a big step.
It really emphasizes the compelling power of just liking something.
Hmm.
It's almost like that feeling overrides the shyness.
A great example of how passion can push you past insecurities. That feeling of liking something so much you step out of your comfort zone.
It's pretty universal, isn't it? Have you ever noticed that when you're really enthusiastic, those usual barriers just seem to dissolve?
Totally. Then the description of that challenging dance scene in Knight's Tale. Wow, sounds incredibly intense.
Depicting grief and madness through movement, balancing raw impulse with objective control. That's a real feat.
It makes you consider the sheer discipline involved in expressive forms like that.
And it showcases the demanding nature of performance art. It's not just feeling the emotion, it's channeling it through a very disciplined craft. That balance isn't unique to dance either.
You might see parallels in your own work. needing both creative bursts and strategic execution.
Definitely. And from being scolded by ballet teachers to dancing at the Imperial Theater, quite a journey.
It really speaks to the unpredictable nature of life and the potential rewards of sticking with your passions, even with setbacks.
Yeah, it underscores the importance of perseverance. Even when things feel limiting or discouraging, dedication can open unexpected doors. Keep going, right?
Hmm. And that quote from Misa Dradin about dance being, well, ineffable.
It truly resonates with the author's lifelong connection. Some things just can't be fully put into words.
They just are. It highlights that deeply personal, often unspoken connection we have with our passions, that visceral feeling.
Exactly. Now, shifting focus a bit to a very different perspective. The world seen through poor eyesight.
Right, severe nearsightedness since age 6, struggling to read signs. Sounds like it really shaped their experience.
And what's interesting here is how a physical characteristic shapes perception. The early struggles with glasses, the self-consciousness.
Almost preferring a blurry world sometimes.
Yeah, it speaks to that complex relationship with our bodies and appearances, especially when we're young. Ever thought about how your own senses filter your reality?
Definitely. That memory of getting contacts before a track meet, feeling more exposed by the contacts than by running in front of people. So relatable.
It really highlights that intense self-awareness of the teenage years, doesn't it? The focus shifts from the actual event to the perceived judgment about appearance.
It's a reminder of how much social dynamics influence things.
And the analogy of the blurry world being like a poorly developed photograph, very vivid, and the eyesight getting progressively worse.
Must be a constant process of adaptation.
It underscores that ongoing adaptation required when living with something chronic, even if it seems relatively minor. The world literally changes. Might make you think about subtle ways you've adapted.
But then there's this recent realization that the blurry vision actually resembles pointillism, finding unexpected beauty in it.
That's a wonderful shift in perspective, isn't it?
Yeah.
A beautiful example of finding silver lining.
Reframing a challenge, discovering a new way of seeing, literally and figuratively. Real resilience.
It shows the power of looking at things from a different angle.
And the sheer joy each morning putting in contacts, like a small daily miracle of clarity.
Yeah, and the decision to actively find amusement in poor eyesight, that's a really positive attitude.
It really speaks to the power of mindset, doesn't it? Choosing to find humor, even appreciation, in everyday challenges.
Absolutely. It's about finding the light even in blurry situations.
Okay, let's talk about nostalgia. Reconnecting with a high school friend after 3 years and realizing that, fundamentally, nothing's changed. There's a real comfort in that.
Yeah, that grounding feeling. What's insightful here is the idea of a core, unchanging self. Despite time-passing experiences, some fundamental parts of us and our key relationships stay constant.
Suggests a deeper, more stable foundation, maybe.
Could be. And those memories of feeling overwhelmed after moving to Tokyo for high school sounds tough.
Hiding their entertainment work, then the relief when a classmate just casually mentioned it must have felt like a huge weight lifted.
It highlights that vulnerability of starting somewhere new, especially with the added pressure of a public-facing career as a teen. That casual mention was likely a big moment of acceptance, feeling seen.
And the enduring friendship with that classmate, being treated like a regular person, even with playful criticism.
Those are the friendships that really sustain you, right? Where you can be authentic.
Absolutely. The playful criticism is often a sign of deep affection, that comfort level, being accepted, flaws and all.
And that nostalgic memory of the movie Date, the potential first date they haven't acknowledged.
Huh. It's such a sweet, slightly awkward snapshot. Reminds you of those little unconfirmed possibilities.
It adds a touch of endearing vulnerability. Those small moments in our histories hold a special charm, often a lingering what if.
Okay, moving on to the ritual of reading scripts. The comforting weight of them, the process of hiding to read. Sounds very focused, almost sacred.
Yeah, what's interesting is the deliberate, multi-layered process, that initial silent read, like a novel, to avoid preconceived notions.
And then marking lines with specific tools that feel right for the character. That's dedication.
It really shows a deep commitment to understanding the role from the inside out. Makes you think about your own preparation rituals for important tasks, maybe.
And the eventual fading of those markings in long-running dramas.
That's fascinating, isn't it? A sign of how deeply an actor embodies a role over time. It becomes intuitive, second nature.
It signifies a level of mastery, where the character's voice and reactions are just there. Less need for the physical marks.
a testament to immersion and practice.
Recalling being good at memorization, then hoping to act long enough to laugh about when lines came easily. It's so human.
A relatable sentiment about aging and changes in our abilities adds a touch of self-awareness, a gentle nod to time passing.
A reminder to appreciate strengths in the present.
And that childhood memory of being unafraid of bugs in Kagoshima, chasing grasshoppers with intense focus.
Paints a charming picture of a carefree present childhood, a glimpse into their formative years, that connection with nature.
Yeah, that fearlessness. Contrasting that with almost walking into a swarm of bees more recently.
Huh. A funny reminder that maybe a little caution is good, even for the generally unfazed.
Adds a touch of humor and self-reflection. Maybe some childhood traits persist, but a bit of learned awareness isn't a bad thing.
Definitely not with bees. Okay, let's dive into the anxiety around the can pick, the final edited version of a project.
Right. The author calls themselves a worrier, constant tension in their work, and this stage seems like a major stress point.
It's insightful, showing the vulnerability even experienced professionals feel when their work's about to go public. That anticipation, the unreliable gut feeling.
It really highlights the intense emotional investment in creative work. You might recognize that feeling before sharing your own work, right? That anticipation, maybe a touch of dread.
Oh, for sure. Being in the watching camp for the can pick, needing that mental prep before it goes wide.
Speaks to a desire for control, needing to process their own reaction first before facing external feedback.
It underscores that personal, internal nature of artistic evaluation, needing that private moment before exposing your work. Very common.
And that immediate need to watch it the moment it arrives, schedule be damned.
That's the powerful pull, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wanting to finally see the finished product, know how it all came together.
Highlights that intense curiosity, the culmination of the whole process. The need for immediate viewing overrides practicality, desire for closure.
The initial difficulty viewing their own work objectively, focusing on self-critique, but also feeling gratitude for the team.
Very relatable for creatives, often our own harshest critics, but it also reveals humility and a collaborative spirit, appreciating the collective effort.
And the paradox that seeing the can pick can actually increase pre-broadcast anxiety,
Yeah.
despite the smiles during promotion.
That's such an honest portrayal of internal conflict being in the public eye. It's complex.
Emphasizes the ongoing emotional journey. Even positive milestones can come with underlying anxieties about reception. External appearances don't always match internal feelings.
Very true. Now let's talk about finding solace in candles. Discovering a forgotten one while decluttering.
Such a small thing, but it brought unexpected comfort, a bit of light.
And what's fascinating is how these seemingly insignificant objects can suddenly take on real meaning, provide comfort, even become a ritual. That forgotten candle becomes a symbol.
Makes you think about unexpected sources of comfort in your own life.
Mm-hmm. And the pleasant association with being into candles, the gifts that resulted.
Funny how embracing a small interest can shape how others see you, interact with you.
Highlights that social aspect of personal preferences. Sharing even a minor interest can lead to unexpected connections, thoughtful gestures, subtle ways we build community.
The enjoyment of the ritual itself, lighting the match, the candle, the whole sensory experience.
A lovely reminder to slow down, appreciate those small, tactile moments, underscores the importance of mindful engagement with simple activities.
That instance of lighting one during the day, just observing the flickering, imagining the air moving.
A beautiful moment of quiet contemplation, showcases keen observation, finding wonder in the ordinary. The personification of the flame adds a nice touch.
The slight sadness, when extinguishing it, speaks to the temporary comfort, that connection you can form.
Reveals a gentle sensitivity, an appreciation for the fleeting nature of these small rituals, acknowledging their value.
And the renewed appreciation for darkness, allowing light to exist, then the unexpected drowsiness.
A reminder of simple but profound cycles in nature and us, highlights the interconnectedness of opposites dark and light and how environment and internal states influence each other, recognizing balance.
Okay, now for something completely different. Impulsive gyoza and emotional release.
Yes. A period of things going wrong leading to self-loathing while folding laundry, a low point many can relate to.
It's like the monotony lets those feelings surface.
That's exactly. Then that impulsive escape outside, not even changing, a nighttime walk filled with negative thoughts.
That feeling of needing to physically remove yourself, even without a destination. Very relatable.
Underscores the mind-body connection, Physical movement, even aimless walking, can help process distress, the body trying to work through it.
The realization of looking down constantly, then the refreshing effect of just looking up.
Such a simple yet powerful metaphor for shifting perspective, literally and figuratively. A change in physical orientation can lead to a mental shift. Looking up offers a broader view.
Changing your focus. And the sudden craving for gyoza, deciding to make it despite a family rule.
A wonderful example of impulsive self-care. Maybe a little rebellion against the negativity.
Highlights the power of cravings, seeking comfort through food when feeling low. Breaking a rule for an emotional need can be surprisingly therapeutic.
And that impulsive trip to the supermarket, making rough but delicious gyoza, seems like the act of doing something, creating something tangible, brought relief. Underscores the importance of agency. Taking action, even small and impulsive, can interrupt negativity, provide a sense of accomplishment and control when feeling helpless.
And the relief from bad dreams that night, leading to the thought, people live in their brains.
Emphasizes that powerful link between mindset, thoughts, and emotional well-being. A profound insight.
Our thoughts really shape our emotional landscape. Actively managing our internal world is crucial.
Yeah, the idea that mindset influences emotional state, the importance of managing your own mood. Fundamental. Highlights self-awareness, intentionally shifting focus and behavior. Proactive steps for mental well-being.
Okay, let's move to the unexpected news about, come everybody, disbelief. A dreamlike feeling. Sounds momentous.
Yeah, the culmination of hard work, that surreal feeling when a dream becomes reality. The description of the final audition highlights the effort, dedication, maybe vulnerability.
The positive experience of that final audition, feeling supported despite low expectations.
Underscores the importance of an encouraging environment, right? The experience itself can be valuable, even if the outcome isn't guaranteed. Feeling supported makes a difference.
That surprising phone call with the good news. The immediate desire to share it.
Speaks to that fundamental human need for connection, shared joy. Highlights the importance of relationships, sharing big moments, celebrating together.
The quick shift to focusing on the work ahead, expressing gratitude for past encounters. Very mature, grounded response.
Demonstrates a strong work ethic, deep appreciation for the journey. Focus shifts from celebration to responsibility, opportunity, acknowledging the past while embracing the future.
And those charming childhood learning memories. The confusing oven on the map, the grandmother's lesson about writing neatly.
Sweet glimpses into formative experiences. Highlight the unique, memorable ways we learn as kids, how small lessons shape lifelong habits. Makes you think about moments that stick with you.
And learning music from their mother, recitation from their father, underscores the powerful family influence in shaping interests, developing skills early on.
Emphasizes the crucial role of parents as first educators, role models, guiding us, introducing us to the world.
The reflection on how much of life is learned, the importance of maintaining childlike curiosity.
A wonderful reminder for all of us. Stay open to new knowledge, experiences. Lifelong learning is essential, and retaining that wonder is key.
Let's discuss the joy, and maybe a little anxiety, of voiceover work. Recording a reading CD for textbooks.
A fulfilling continuation of their work, it seems. And what's interesting is the honor of reading that Tanikawa Shintaro poem, Morning Relay, which had personal significance.
Adds a layer of connection to the assignment. But then those bittersweet memories at that time, wanting to disappear.
Highlights that common teenage struggle, wanting to belong versus having unique inner experiences, that internal conflict many face during adolescence.
Feeling like they stood out after returning from Mexico, the teacher encouraging them to embrace it.
A potentially pivotal moment of validation, but it didn't quite take root then. Speaks to the challenge of truly embracing individuality.
Shows the impact positive reinforcement can have, but also missed opportunities when we suppress individuality to conform.
And the irony of disliking reading aloud in class despite secretly loving it.
That conflict between passion and wanting to fit in is so relatable. Perfectly encapsulates that push and pull of adolescence, fear of judgment stifling genuine interests.
The reflection on the courage it took to eventually express likes and dislikes, wishing comfort for their past self.
A poignant reminder of the tough journey of growing up, finding your voice. Speaks to the self-compassion that comes with maturity. Looking back, recognizing the difficulties, offering grace.
Right. Now let's move to those serendipitous walks with their friend Fujiwara Sakura.
Getting together after wanting to for ages. Sounds like a lovely reconnection.
And what's interesting is the spontaneous nature of it all. No real planning. Speaks to a comfortable, trusting friendship where schedules are secondary to just spending time together.
That example of arriving at different stations and just walking to find each other charmingly illustrates their easygoing dynamic.
Highlights the flexibility, the delightful lack of rigidity. It's about the joy of connection, not the perfect plan.
Their aimless walks, talking about whatever, indecision about dinner, then happily abandoning plans for something unexpected.
Paints such a relaxed picture, underscores the value of quality time together without a strict agenda. Focuses on the connection, the shared experience.
Enjoying street food, a nighttime tea party in a park, feeling like they found a hidden gem.
Those simple but magical joys of friendship. Highlights that ability to find magic in the everyday, especially when shared. That sense of discovery in the ordinary.
The comfortable familiarity, shared laughter, maybe slight tipsiness, happy exhaustion from walking, sounds truly restorative.
Emphasizes the ease and comfort of being with someone who knows and accepts you completely. Being yourself without reservation.
And already thinking about where to walk next speaks volumes about the ongoing friendship, the value they place on these moments.
Highlights the enduring connection, the inherent value they find in these shared experiences. Continuous enjoyment of each other's company.
Okay, let's discuss the significance of a haircut. Cutting 10 centimeters for a new drama, feeling immediately lighter.
A physical change with an immediate mental impact, too. What's fascinating is the connection between appearance and identity, especially for performers. A haircut can be symbolic, a visible step into a role.
The contrast between desired hairstyles and those dictated by roles. Common for actors, personal preferences taking a back seat.
Highlights the collaborative nature of character development. Personal aesthetic choices align with the director's vision, the story's needs, serving the role.
The slightly restrictive nature, but also feeling that cutting hair for work is cool.
An interesting duality, giving up personal freedom for the craft, but feeling professional dedication. Reveals pride in adapting to job requirements, embracing constraints as part of the process.
The collaborative process for this original drama, working with the director on the look, underscores the team effort.
Emphasizes character creation as a shared vision, input from various collaborators.
Choosing a standard medium bob, bangs, brown color for a normal character shows a deliberate approach to embodying a persona, making her relatable.
Highlights the attention to detail. Even seemingly small choices ground the character in reality.
That pre-production anxiety, feeling the haircut, is a point of no return, a ritual of determination.
Speaks to the commitment, focus needed before a new project. Underscores the psychological preparation. Physical changes like haircuts can be tangible anchors for mental readiness.
That anticipation on the eve of a drama announcement. Sleepless night, 12 hours before news goes public. Peak nervous excitement.
What's fascinating is the continued nervousness with each new experience, even joyful ones. Highlights the ongoing vulnerability of a public career, constant exposure.
But feeling prepared and ready to face it. A sign of resilience, a healthy mindset amidst the jitters.
Demonstrates self-assurance, developing coping mechanisms for those inevitable anxieties. Feeling ready, even when nervous.
Let's move to a rather specific appreciation. Beautiful fingers. A self-described finger person. Unique and charming.
And the origin is interesting, meeting elegant Maiko in Kyoto during Maiko-han. Shows how specific encounters shape aesthetic preferences.
That vivid memory of Maiko closing her purse captures their keen eye for detail, subtle movements.
Underscores the impact of small, refined movements, how grace leaves a lasting impression. Beauty in the details.
And past admiration for a quiet classmate's fingers shows it's a recurring theme.
Suggests an underlying consistent aesthetic sensibility, an eye for a certain delicate beauty. Current appreciation for their doctor's long nails, rhythmic typing. A more recent, unexpected example.
Highlights how ordinary interactions can reveal unexpected beauty if we pay attention.
Wearing rings to focus on their own fingertips, mostly at home. Personal practice of self-awareness, maybe cultivating elegance.
Reveals a conscious effort towards self-improvement, a playful approach to cultivating an aesthetic, even privately.
The idea of rings as a training device for elegance. Charming, humorous way to work on poise.
Adds endearment, highlights creative ways we strive for personal ideals, refine habits.
The irony of fingers getting clumsy while writing about this. Wonderfully self-aware, funny observation.
Adds relatable humor. Even while discussing ideals, we have human moments of imperfection.
Okay, let's delve into these rainy night reflections. A thoughtful play leading to contemplation. Sets a mood. Shows how art can be a catalyst for reflection even after the experience ends.
Getting out of the taxi, walking in the rain, noticing the illuminated windshield. Very sensory, finding cinematic details.
Highlights their ability to find beauty, interest in ordinary moments, paying attention to surroundings.
Appreciating the sound of rain on the umbrella, comparing the smell in Kagoshima versus Tokyo.
Shows connection to present senses and nostalgic memories, underscores how sounds, smells evoke memories, connect us to places and times.
The brief interaction with the car owner, a small, unexpected moment of human connection.
Highlights those brief encounters, punctual routines, reminding us of the shared human experience, even in solitude.
Observing rain hitting plants, finding it amusing. Simple, pure joy, childlike wonder in nature.
Reveals capacity for amusement, playfulness in nature's small dramas, lighthearted curiosity.
And the note about weather forecasts avoiding negative words for rain, leading to secretly naming different rains.
Creative, whimsical response to language perception, demonstrates a playful approach, desire for positive framing, finding your own way of looking at things.
Let's move to the captivating power of a voice.
Yeah.
Going to a cafe, struck by a mother's resonant voice. A strong sensory experience.
Yeah, the profound impact the human voice can have, the compulsion to start a new writing file just because of that voice, underscores the power of auditory inspiration, sparking creativity unexpectedly.
The description of the beloved local cafe sets a comforting scene.
Highlights the importance of environment in creative work, the comfort of cherished spaces, finding your creative haven.
The way the mother's voice filled the space, making chats audible, creates a shared atmosphere, unexpected intimacy.
Emphasizes the communal aspect of public spaces, how sound connects us, creating shared sonic environments.
The desire to hear her sing, feeling the power of a memorable voice, speaks to the deep emotional resonance.
Underscores the unique ability of the voice to evoke strong emotions, leave a lasting impression even with spoken words.
And being stunned by Tanioka Shosei's voice during a script reading reinforces the impact of a compelling vocal presence.
Highlights the sheer power of a skilled voice in performance arts, its ability to captivate, move, even stun.
The observation about the resonating quality of actors' voices, especially on stage, testament to training, projection.
Emphasizes the physical, technical mastery involved in projecting the voice for theater.
And the connection between vocal range and performance range? Fundamental to acting, isn't it?
Exactly. Vocal versatility is a crucial tool. It allows embodying diverse characters, conveying emotions through voice alone.
Overhearing the mother's order, then ordering Neapolitan pasta despite intending just a drink. Funny example of external influence.
Adds lightheartedness. Shows how easily intentions can be swayed by environment, random actions of others.
Okay, unexpectedly close neighbors. Discovering a high school classmate lives nearby, though never in the same class. Lovely serendipity.
What's interesting is how shared history, even peripheral, creates a bond familiarity, even if not close back then.
The story of exchanging addresses as pen pals, realizing how close they lived. Charming twist of fate.
Highlights unexpected ways connections form, delightful surprises life offers.
The joy of impromptu walks, sharing small food gifts. Lovely example of building community, fostering connection daily.
Underscores the simple pleasures of neighborly interactions, value of small, kind gestures, strengthening bonds.
Carrying interactions to Animal Crossing, hoping to exchange heartier dishes. Charming, relatable analogy, captures the low-pressure, enjoyable friendship.
Adds whimsy, endearment, highlights the lighthearted nature, promise of more shared experiences.
Let's move to the costume fitting for Come Everybody. Returning to NHK Osaka, site of the final test, must have brought back memories.
Yeah, and that shift in balance between anxiety and anticipation is key. Familiar place, different context, positive, forward-looking.
That slightly embarrassing but joyful moment of being introduced as our heroine, tangible sign of the new role, affirmation.
Underscores the symbolic significance, beginning to physically, emotionally embody the character concretely.
The rising feeling of truly becoming Yasuko signifies the start of that deep, immersive process.
Highlights the transformative power of acting, the merging of actors' identity with the characters.
Seeing costume fitting as a crucial first step, reflecting a character's life through clothing, shows deep understanding of acting craft, visual storytelling.
Emphasizes the importance of visuals. Costume design communicates background, personality, journey. Vital.
The collaborative process of selecting outfits, exchanging opinions, adjusting details, underscores the team effort.
Highlights the dynamic nature. Input from various collaborators working towards a unified vision.
Observing staff while being observed. Moment of reciprocal awareness, building working relationships.
Demonstrates acute awareness of the collaborative environment, understanding roles and dynamics.
The extensive 5-hour fitting, starting tentatively, becoming enthusiastic, collaborative, shows dedication, shared passion.
Underscores the thoroughness, commitment of the team to even small details for an authentic portrayal.
The feeling that Yasuko is beloved. The envisioned girl emerging. Powerful connection with the role, story.
Highlights emotional investment, responsibility to portray her authentically, honoring the story.
And vowing to embody the character as the clothes feel right. Physical and mental commitment, stepping into the role.
Signifies crucial integration of external costume and internal understanding, a significant step in preparation.
Let's discuss that deep connection with the sister. Living together but often not seeing each other for weeks. A modern reality.
What's insightful is the bond's resilience despite schedules. That simple happiness of welcome home underscores the value of shared moments.
Their habit of long, rambling conversations, regardless of what the other is doing, speaks to a comfortable, accepting relationship. Priority is being together, sharing.
Highlights the ease, informality, no pressure for structured interaction, just comfort, freedom to share.
Having things they can only discuss with each other due to shared understanding emphasizes that special sibling bond.
Underscores the depth of shared history, intuitive understanding, a connection hard to replicate elsewhere.
Describing their feelings having aligned frequencies, the insights gained, showcases the unique support system.
Highlights that almost telepathic connection, valuable insights from someone who knows you intimately, shares your journey.
The comforting, clarifying effect of confiding in her sister emphasizes the crucial role of family as a safe space.
Underscores the importance of close relationships for vulnerability, emotional processing without judgment.
That sisterly observation of the younger sibling's growth. Tender, familiar dynamic. Quiet pride, awareness of journeys.
Highlights that unique shared journey, unspoken pride and affection siblings feel navigating life.
Reflecting on what if only one passed that audition, gratitude for support, shows deep appreciation for their shared path.
Underscores the interconnectedness of their careers, importance of a strong support system, especially in a tough industry.
Looking forward to their next deep conversation after being out of sync, speaks to the ongoing importance, desire to reconnect deeply.
Highlights the relationship's resilience, inherent value placed on meaningful conversations for mutual understanding, support.
Let's delve into the two kinds of singing, for work versus personal enjoyment. Common for those whose passion becomes profession, right?
Yeah, and what's fascinating is the continued desire to sing for hours after a day of recording. Underscores the depth, intrinsic love for music beyond obligation.
That anecdote about singing before age 2, the ba part, highlights incredibly early, maybe innate, musical inclination.
This early memory suggests natural talent, a deeply ingrained connection from the start.
And their mother, a former music teacher as first instructor, emphasizes powerful early family influence in nurturing passions.
Highlights the significant role of parental guidance in discovering, cultivating talents early on.
Reflecting on the transition from beloved activity to profession, the added pressures, the realistic portrayal of complexities.
Underscores the shift from pure joy to demands, expectations of professional performance, navigating those layers.
Initial fear of mistakes as a pro, lessening but nervousness remaining. Candid admission of ongoing challenges. Performing under pressure.
Reveals the inherent vulnerability. Managing performance anxiety can be ongoing, even as confidence grows.
But the unwavering love, constant singing at home, especially the bathroom live venue, underscores enduring personal connection, separate from professional life.
Highlights the pure joy self-expression singing provides, apart from obligations or audiences, personal connection to music.
The practical need for soundproofing, checking with future roommates, humorous, but illustrates real impact of passion on daily life.
Adds lightheartedness, while acknowledging practicalities when a loved activity is a big part of your routine.
Observing that singing indicates physical, mental well-being, shows deep connection between voice and general state.
Underscores the holistic nature. Singing reflects, influences physical health, emotional state, embodied expression.
That heartfelt desire to sing on stage with the same freedom as at home, merging the two types. Beautiful aspiration for any performer.
Highlights the pursuit of authenticity, bridging the gap between personal joy and public performance.
Constant hope for excitement before singing, need for training, mental strength, realistic acknowledgement of the continuous journey.
Underscores commitment to improvement, mental fortitude needed for a successful career in demanding music world.
Ultimately, that unwavering love seems the essential force fueling perseverance.
Exactly. Passion is the vital driving force, sustaining artists through challenges.
And the description of the physical act, deep breaths, opening mouth and heart, vivid,
Poetic.
highlights the physical emotional openness inherent in vocal performance, literally, figuratively opening up through song.
Ingrained joy since childhood is why they can't stop, despite challenges. Testament to lasting impact of truly joyful experiences.
Underscores the profound impact of childhood passions, how they shape lives, choices, even when facing difficulties.
And their parents' wish for them to love music, reflected in their name, fulfilled, ensuring lifelong connection.
Emphasizes profound influence of parental aspirations, their enduring legacy on our lives, passions. Let's move to the persistent, "I'm hungry." Apparently a catchphrase, especially after work. Relatable, humorous habit.
Yeah, what's interesting is the contrast. Diminished appetite before work, nervousness, then immediate hunger after, highlights the toll performance takes.
Often not eating much before due to jitters, relying on water. Common for pre-event anxiety. Stomach's just not up for it.
Underscores physical manifestations of nervousness, how bodies respond to stress by suppressing appetite.
No, they call it a routine relief, then hunger declaration. Almost Pavlovian.
Exactly. An ingrained pattern, completing a task associated with the body signaling need for fuel.
But then the struggle deciding what to eat despite being hungry. Classic indecisiveness.
Adds relatable humor, that paradox, strong need, overwhelmed by choices.
And being unresponsive when asked, "What do you want to eat?" That food-induced fog, we've all been there.
Emphasizes decision fatigue, especially after mental exertion. Simple choices feel monumental.
Thankfully, their manager is patient, offering suggestions. Speaks to a supportive relationship.
Highlights role of support in navigating everyday needs, quirks, not just professional stuff.
The sheer number of options in Tokyo probably doesn't help. Paradox of choice.
Underscores challenges of abundance, making decisions harder.
The lengthy process. Choose restaurant, then struggle with the menu. Testament to their food indecisiveness.
Adds more self-deprecating humor. Solidifies it as a consistent, maybe endearing trait.
And heartfelt appreciation for the patience of manager, family, friends. Lovely acknowledgement of support.
Underscores importance of patience, understanding in close relationships, navigating quirks.
Let's talk about the comfort of winter bedding. Taking out the comforter. That pleasant cold then warmth sensation. Very sensory.
Yeah, and the specific focus on exposed feet, the slow warming, highlights small sensory details contributing to comfort, security.
This lifelong habit of putting something between knees while sleeping, back to childhood with their father, now a pillow.
Speaks to power of early habits, passed down comforts. Underscores unconscious influence of family habits, comfort in familiar routines, positions.
The brief reflection on their father's gentle nature connected to this adds a lovely personal dimension.
Highlights powerful emotional associations with small behaviors, connecting them to memories, loved ones.
The comforter is the perfect item to two. Hassan will hold between, offering inner warmth, outer coolness. Specific sensory explanation.
Emphasizes tactile pleasure, specific sensations creating coziness, security.
That whole process, warming with feet, shifting, sticking a foot out, detailed, relatable description of getting perfectly comfortable.
Highlights unconscious adjustments settling into sleep, seeking perfect temperature balance.
And the peaceful transition to sleep while the comforter underscores comfort, security this habit provides.
Emphasizes crucial role of routine, physical comfort in facilitating gentle sleep transition.
The detail of their mother pointing out it's identical to their father's habit, likely genetic, sweet connection across generations.
Highlights unconscious ways we inherit behaviors, preferences, not just physical traits.
Okay, this love of waterlogged books and scripts. Always taking books into the bath, unconcerned about wrinkles. Dedicated, maybe defiant habit.
What's fascinating is the increasing attachment the more worn they become. Challenges pristine ownership idea, suggests experiential, sentimental value.
Considering dirt, wrinkles as marks of affection. Personal, sentimental view. Wear and tear as testament to use. Enjoyment.
Underscores idea that value is tied to experiences, interactions, not just condition. Memories embedded within.
Bringing scripts into the bath while working, reading cover to cover each time, leading to swollen pages. Real sign of deep immersion. Dedication.
Highlights dedication beyond superficial reading, repeated, thorough engagement, living with the script.
That proud feeling when a finished script is twice its original thickness. tangible, humorous representation of time, effort invested.
Underscores physical manifestation of creative process, visceral achievement, swollen script as a unique trophy.
Sharing this habit with actor Yusuke, his joke about coolness but risk of underperforming, funny, insightful exchange.
Adds camaraderie, lighthearted acknowledgement of unconventional habits, playful teasing about drawbacks.
Curiosity about other actors' scripts, varying conditions, annotations, feeling of privacy, respect for colleagues' processes.
Highlights personal, intimate relationship actors have with scripts, working journals with interpretations.
Enjoying conversations with senior actors about script handling, way of learning, connecting within the community.
Underscores value of mentorship, informal knowledge exchange, actors sharing unique approaches.
And never being able to throw away finished scripts, overflow in childhood bedroom, sentimental hoarding many creatives might understand.
Highlights emotional attachment to remnants of past projects, tangible reminders of creative journey.
Let's delve into the discipline of reducing weight for a role. Feeling drained, hungry late at night, physically, mentally demanding, often part of acting.
Yeah, insightful is the acknowledgement of being used to fluctuations, but never getting used to hunger. Highlights demanding physical requirements, ongoing personal sacrifices.
Resisting readily available food as discipline. Showcases mental fortitude, commitment required.
Underscores significant self-control needed for strict physical demands, even with discomfort, deprivation.
Prioritizing eating well, exercise generally, but lacking time during filming, relying on diet. Common, frustrating trade-off.
Highlights real-world challenges of maintaining balance amidst demanding, unpredictable schedules.
Focusing on light dinner, resulting in intense hunger later, common experience for restrictive diets.
Underscores persistent physical sensation accompanying restrictions, even for a specific reason.
That strange phenomenon of feeling energized by hunger when in the zone, the dieter's high. Curious, maybe temporary effect.
Highlights complex interplay between physical state, mental focus. Temporary discomfort can sometimes lead to heightened awareness, strange energy.
The mental battle with cravings, temporary relief from water. Relatable struggle resisting urges while dieting.
Underscores psychological challenges of restriction, battling cravings, limited effectiveness of simple coping mechanisms.
The post-filming reward of indulging. Satisfaction mixed with slight regret. Well-deserved release after discipline.
Highlights cyclical nature of restriction reward, emotional connection to food, especially after denial.
Ultimately, transcending hunger through willpower. Looking forward to breakfast. Strong resilience. Focus on near future.
Underscores incredible mental strength needed to overcome discomfort, maintain focus on long-term goals despite immediate cravings.
Let's discuss the value of venting. This close friend calling spontaneously on weekends sounds like reliable, important support.
Insightful is the balance dynamic. Friends' heavier grievances, authors' lighter ones, leading to laughter. Highlights reciprocity, healthy balance in supportive friendships.
Calls invariably starting with a friend needing to vent. Emphasizes crucial role of friendships as safe outlets for stress.
Underscores fundamental human need for safe spaces to express frustrations without judgment, value of trusted confidants.
The friend offering serious listening, then playful teasing. Lovely sign of comfortable, multifaceted friendship. Empathy and lightheartedness.
Highlights delicate balance. Genuine support plus levity can make venting more effective, less draining.
Conversations lacking heaviness, surprisingly leading to insights. Shows positive outcomes from sharing frustrations with the right person.
Underscores idea that venting in constructive environment can lead to valuable perspectives, emotional release, not just dwelling on negativity.
The quirky detail about the friend keeping friendship private, but gleefully reporting mentions. Unique, endearing aspect.
Adds humor, highlights friends' unconventional but supportive way of showing affection, finding amusement.
Author's acceptance, appreciation for a safe space. Emphasizes importance of trusted relationships for vulnerability, honesty.
Underscores fundamental importance of relationships where you feel safe to be vulnerable, let down guard, express feelings without repercussions.
The funny detail about friend being open with boyfriends, leading to protective video calls. Unique, caring dynamic.
Highlights how close friendships extend into influence other relationships, friends feeling protective, involved.
Acceptance that being cried over is inevitable, leading to more venting calls. Deep understanding, unwavering empathy.
Underscores unconditional support characterizing strong friendship, knowing they'll be there no matter what.
And that insightful shift in perspective. Complaining isn't bad. It's healthy with the right person context, distinct from gossip. Valuable lesson.
Highlights important distinction between unproductive negativity and healthy release. Context. Confidant, crucial for making venting beneficial.
Let's move to comfort and favorite sounds. Listing beloved sounds culminating in typing on a laptop. Lovely reminder of sensory pleasures.
Fascinating is the personal, specific nature of sounds bringing comfort. Detailed descriptions evoke individual auditory preferences.
Enjoyment of own nails, clicking while writing, knowing they need cutting for filming. Sensory awareness connected to work.
Highlights intersection of personal habits, professional needs. Simple sound as temporary pleasure before practicalities.
Description of manager's fast, forceful typing, still amusing after years. Endearing, recognizable sonic detail of work environment.
Adds humor, relatability. Mundane sounds become familiar, cherished parts of daily professional life.
Speculation, many enjoy typing sound, recommending Leroy Anderson's The Typewriter. Fun connection between everyday sounds, music.
Broadens discussion, invites considering own auditory preferences, how commonplace sounds possess musicality.
Encouraging listeners to find videos of real typewriters used as instruments. Engaging call to action, active exploration.
Extends exploration beyond personal experience, encourages active engagement, discovering something new.
Recalling the typewriter, played during middle school cleaning. Considering trying it at home. Nostalgic connection, practical, humorous idea.
Personalizes recommendation, suggests tangible way to incorporate it, find more joy in mundane tasks.
Let's discuss visiting filming locations. Habit of going to settings before projects, restlessness when unable. Speaks to deep preparation, desire to connect.
Fascinating is the visceral restlessness when this step isn't possible. Underscores significant role these visits play in creative prep, immersion.
Regret about not going to Greece for Knight's Tale. Highlights value placed on first-hand research. Sense of loss when missed.
Emphasizes perceived loss of crucial element. Visits aren't just preference, but vital for connecting with rules.
Strong emotion tracing footsteps of real figures, like visiting Otaru for Sweet Massacre. Deep respect for historical context people portrayed.
Underscores commitment to embodying historical figures authentically, empathetically. Visiting locations aids understanding.
Story of Taguchi Takiko, Kobayashi Taikiji, discovering their shrine date spot, visiting it. Moving, personal pilgrimage to connect with characters' history.
Highlights incredibly deep engagement with characters' history, profound desire to connect personally, spiritually via locations.
Contrast between bustling street, quiet shrine emphasizes evocative power of place, ability to transport us.
Underscores how locations hold powerful energy, atmosphere. Being physically present impacts understanding, emotions.
Feeling Takiko and Takiji's presence, silent promise to portray truthfully, deeply felt dedication, commitment.
Highlights strong responsibility, reverence towards characters. Visits become almost sacred acts of preparation.
Detail of sea view from hilltop shrine. Adds powerful sensory dimension, paints a vivid picture.
Emphasizes how natural beauty enhances emotional impact, contributes to profound connection.
Camera malfunctioning, forcing reliance on memory. Reminder obstacles can lead to deeper engagement.
Highlights adaptability, resourcefulness. Limitations can force more mindful engagement.
Recalling trip during rehearsals, drawing strength from sensory memories, shows lasting impact of dedicated research.
Underscores deep, enduring connection formed through first-hand experiences, wellspring of memories for creative process.
Always traveling alone for research, feeling guided by the character, unique, insightful approach, allowing character to lead.
Highlights immersive nature. Character becomes guiding presence, influencing experience of locations.
Anticipation for future roles, places they'll lead, ongoing curiosity, deep dedication to craft, new worlds it opens.
Underscores adventurous spirit, willingness to continually explore new territories through character's lens.
Let's move to arriving at a temporary home for filming. Choosing monthly rentals for comfort, corner room with balcony, creating stability, personal space.
Fascinating is the focus on intentionally creating comfort, personalized space, even temporary. Highlights need for homeliness, connection to outside world.
Unpacking suitcase mainly with decorative items, necessities shipped ahead. Emphasizes importance of personal touches transforming space.
Underscores significant emotional value of familiar objects, providing continuity, belonging in unfamiliar surroundings, anchors.
Listing comforting objects, plushie, wooden box, books, calendar, carving, tangible sense of things providing solace, connection.
Highlights specific types of items offering emotional support, connection to identity, routines one away.
Gratitude for bringing these, even space-consuming ones, emphasizes how much comforts mean during long periods alone, working intensely.
Underscores foresight, understanding own needs for well-being, recognizing importance of small comforts during separation.
anticipating solace in these seemingly trivial things. Reveals self-awareness of coping mechanisms, what brings comfort away from routines, loved ones.
Highlights importance of identifying, utilizing small comforts to maintain balance during challenging periods.
Reflecting on reading scripts in new space, various emotions, mornings experienced, thoughtful acknowledgement of journey ahead, connection with temporary home.
Underscores how environment intertwines with emotional experiences, work. Apartment becomes backdrop for professional, personal moments.
Acceptance of potential happy, difficult days, room as constant supportive space, establishes it as sanctuary, reliable return point.
Highlights crucial role even temporary space plays in providing stability, refuge, anchor during change, intensity.
And the essential need to unpack everything first day. Practical step towards settling in, establishing order, routine.
Emphasizes importance of proactive steps, creating control, normalcy in new setting.
Let's discuss profound reflections on mortality, living fully, vivid childhood memory of sister crying about death, triggering own fear, powerful early encounter.
Unsettling is the intensity, compounded by surreal imagery. Highlights profound, lasting impact early encounters with existential concepts have.
Intense fear, often arising during great happiness, dread of losing loved ones when joyful, poignant, perhaps universal paradox.
Underscores delicate nature of joy, underlying awareness of potential loss accompanying happy moments. Reminder of impermanence.
Recent increased awareness of life's fragility, witnessing heart-stopping being stopped. Stark, sobering experience, brings mortality into sharp focus.
Highlights profound impact of witnessing impermanence firsthand. Significant emotional weight forcing deeper contemplation.
That stark, unavoidable realization of life's impermanence. Fundamental truth, more acute as we journey, witness loss.
Exactly. Underscores essential truth of mortality. Difficult but powerful motivator for how we live, what we prioritize.
Recalling advice. Part on good terms, any conversation could be last. Conscious effort to live aware of preciousness, importance of interactions.
Highlights value of mindful interactions, intention to cultivate positive connections daily, recognizing significance of casual encounters.
Making conscious effort to smile. Say goodbye properly, without dwelling on finality. Practical, positive way to navigate awareness while engaging fully.
Underscores ability to acknowledge fragility while choosing positive, present engagement, focusing on connection, not potential end.
Ultimately, fear remains, but fuels desire to live fully. Powerful, life-affirming perspective.
Highlights transformative potential of confronting mortality. Fear persists, but catalyzes appreciating life deeply, living with intention, purpose.
Let's move to revisiting the past for perspective. Pulling out the Maiko Han script. Reconnecting with a significant period.
Fascinating how old scripts become vessels of memories, recorded scenes, unrecorded moments behind scenes. More than just paper.
Specific memory of cast crew barbecue. Highlights value of informal connection, camaraderie outside filming work.
Underscores importance of positive relationships, community and collaborative filmmaking, informal interactions significant.
Heartfelt conversation with lighting director Nagata-san. Praising hard work, saying they inspired him. Touching validation, mutual respect.
Highlights powerful impact of positive feedback, reciprocal nature of inspiration and creative team. Encouragement flows unexpectedly.
Feeling affirmed in first leading role under Suo Masayuki. Significant, formative early career experience. Foundation of confidence.
Underscores importance of early successes, lasting influence of supportive mentors, positive experiences shaping confidence trajectory.
Reflecting on current state versus then. More experience, but maybe too concerned with others' opinions. Hindering drive. Honest self-assessment. Recognizing pitfalls.
Highlights potential trade-offs with experience, public eye awareness. Increased consideration of external perceptions can impact creative freedom.
Emotional reaction, rereading Sua's script. Realizing his birthday. Deeply personal. Touching reconnection with valued mentor. Past moment.
Underscores lasting impact of meaningful professional relationships, powerful emotional resonance, revisiting past collaborations, key figures.
Let's discuss hope and potential within books. Title page as a door into a new world. Poetic, captures reading magic.
Fascinating origin. Elementary librarian Honda Sensei. Highlights profound, lasting influence educators have, shaping passions, opening worlds.
Fond memories of her gentle demeanor, recommendations, reading aloud, warm picture of nurturing figure, fostering literature love.
Underscores vital importance of positive role models, especially early, cultivating love of reading, learning for life.
Visiting library more to see her, aspiring to be like her. Powerful personal connection, aspirational influence.
Highlights profound impact of genuine human connection in learning, how admiration motivates shaping aspirations.
Consistent habit of always carrying a book. Deeply ingrained practice. Speaks to comfort, constant possibility within pages.
Underscores enduring presence of books as constant companions, solace, gateway to other worlds.
Describing reading style as impatient, eager for next, but savoring lines.
Yeah.
Relatable push-pull for avid readers.
Highlights common tension, desire for plot versus appreciation for language artistry.
Frustration wanting to rush. Bittersweet feeling approaching end. Familiar dilemma for book lovers.
Underscores emotional investment in stories, melancholy nearing conclusion, like saying goodbye.
Dreaming of study with floor-to-ceiling shelves, rolling ladder, open to all. Generous, idealistic vision, celebrating book power, accessibility.
Highlights deep desire to share joy, transformative power of reading, welcoming space for literary exploration.
Come what may, philosophy for books and ideal study. Relaxed, inclusive approach. Appreciating all stories, knowledge.
Underscores true value and accessibility, freedom for individuals to choose what resonates, explore.
Finding grand romance in vast number of books, personal freedom choosing. Passionate, inspiring perspective on endless possibilities.
Highlights boundless potential for discovery, deeply personal journey reading can be. Infinite stories await.
Seeing book encounters like meeting people, offering knowledge like a senior. Thoughtful analogy illustrating enriching power.
Underscores profound potential for books broadening understanding, offering perspectives like wisdom from experienced people.
Let's move to temporarily losing words. Identifying as having strong vocabulary, then shaken at an Ohashi Trio concert.
Fascinating how unexpected experience undermined competence. Highlights how even confident areas have vulnerabilities.
Genuine anticipation for live show, love for retro birds, sincere appreciation, excitement of live experience.
Underscores strong connection fans develop, special anticipation seeing artists live.
Describing performance as captivating. Created powerful, emotional experience. Engaged senses, emotions.
Highlights transformative power of live music, unique connection between performers, audience.
Customary backstage greeting, ongoing nervousness. Common experience, navigating interactions can be nerve-wracking.
Reveals often unacknowledged challenges navigating social interactions, even professionally, triggering anxiety.
Hiatus due to COVID created paradox. Relief from anxiety, disappointment, missing connection.
Underscores how external events impact routines, expectations, leading to complex emotions.
Unexpected opportunity to meet Ohashi Trio backstage.
Yeah.
Rare, highly anticipated moment suddenly presented.
Created heightened emotional intensity, moment hoped for, perhaps not expected.
Reaction of becoming completely speechless, stammering, very much humorous, relatable moment of being starstruck.
Highlights overwhelming feeling, meeting someone admired. Temporary inability to articulate thoughts, regardless of usual eloquence.
Apparently, Ohachi-san was patient, kind, speaks to his graciousness.
Underscores kindness, artists show fans, recognizing significance of encounters.
Author surprise, embarrassment at inability to speak, self-aware, funny realization of moment's impact.
Emphasizes surprising disconnect between anticipated reaction and actual response.
Manager's amused comment about losing vocabulary adds extra humor.
Provides external, humorous perspective, lightening the anecdote.
Ultimately, reflecting maybe practical vocabulary linked to mental fortitude, insightful observation about interconnectedness.
Suggests potential connection between communication capacity and mental state, confidence. Abilities influenced by emotional state unexpectedly.
Finally, discomfort with being photographed. Lifelong dislike, self-conscious since age 6. Deeply ingrained aversion.
Insightful is persistence, despite profession involving photos. Highlights distinction between professional needs, personal anxieties.
Awkwardness still comes through in photos despite attempts to hide. Shows difficulty masking genuine emotion to camera.
Underscores subtle ways body language, expressions portray underlying emotions, even when projecting differently.
Irony of profession requiring dislike activity not lost. Common challenge for public figures.
Highlights necessary reconciliation between personal discomfort, job demands. Balancing act.
Admitting not getting used to it, maybe more timid. Honest admission of ongoing struggle. Familiarity doesn't always breed comfort.
Reveals enduring nature of discomfort. Repeated exposure doesn't always desensitize, can amplify anxiety.
Forgetting how to smile naturally, walk, turn, feeling unnatural. Underscores disconnect between authentic self, performative act.
Highlights intense self-consciousness under scrutiny, leading to feeling disconnected from natural movements, expressions.
Well, what an incredibly rich and insightful journey through these very personal reflections. It's truly remarkable how much depth we can find in what might seem like ordinary moments.
Yeah, we've touched on themes of finding beauty in small details, the undeniable power of passion, learning to accept imperfections.
And the absolutely vital importance of human connection and, well, self-reflection.
And as you've heard, all these insights came directly from your shared writings, making this deep dive uniquely personal, crafted for you.
So as you move through your day, we leave you with this thought. Which of these reflections resonated most deeply with your own experiences?
Or perhaps consider taking a fresh look at a seemingly mundane aspect of your own life. What unexpected depths might you uncover if you take a moment to really explore it?
Thank you so much for sharing your sources with us and allowing us the privilege of this truly in-depth exploration.